Hello, this is James Rogers with iSource.com. Today we're going to take a look at the satechi xpresenter Smart laser pointer accessory and companion app with presentation remote and remote mouse for iOS. I've been doing presentations personally for years now, both in work training situations and in teaching classes at my church, but it's always been in small enough settings that I've never really had the need for a presentation remote before, and since I didn't spend a whole lot of time untethered from the computer in a presentation situation, I've never been too interested in laser pointers up to this point. But I was still intrigued by this product, and I'm really glad I took a look at it because it ended up the combination of mouse, presentation remote, and laser pointer is a lot more compelling when you put all three together in one package for me. So it's something I think I'll definitely be using in the future after taking a look. So this is the entire package right here. As you can see, it's very small. We have a little enclosure with stylus point. Honestly, that stylus is just just like any inexpensive capacitive stylus point that you'd see. It's fairly mushy, not incredibly responsive. Honestly, it's sort of a throwaway feature in this entire package. But it is nice that this was included as an enclosure and tether for the laser pointer, which you can see. This is the actual laser pointer accessory, which goes in the headphone jack of any iOS device that is Bluetooth 4.0 capable, which I believe is the iPad 3 Mini and 4 and Air, Retina Mini, and then on the iPhone front, anything 4S and above. So anyway, this makes a nice little case for your laser pointer. And included at the other end is a little headphone jack accessory so that you can actually tether the whole assembly to your device to keep from losing it, which is another nice touch. Here in the middle we have our Bluetooth dongle. Now this goes in any Windows or Mac laptop. This package is desktop presentation exclusive. There's no remote functionality for driving a presentation from a smartphone or tablet. So if that's what you're looking for, this isn't really a product that will apply to you. This is for controlling a remote presentation from your mobile accessory that's coming off your laptop. So we'll go ahead and take our laser pointer back out and plug our Bluetooth dongle in. As you can see, we got our blue light over here. And one of the great things about this package is that there are no drivers necessary. The dongle is just shows up as a generic USB HID device. So instead of being just a generic Bluetooth dongle and having to go through a extensive pairing process, basically the app, this is one of those that a feature of iOS 6 and above, where a device can pair directly with an app. So that dongle will pair directly with the xpresenter Smart app, which is a free app in the App Store and is also available on Google Play for certain Android devices. But it'll show up just that particular device, so you're not pairing directly with your phone. And to demonstrate, we'll go ahead and attach our laser pointer. Alright, so we're into our device, and I'm going to go ahead and boot up xpresenter Smart. And you can see here my X pointer. All I have to do is tap, and I'm in. Alright, so now one of the great things is, especially since this laser pointer on a 5C, 5S is going to be on the bottom, the app will reorient itself accordingly, so that's a great feature. Alright, so now I've got two main options. I've got presenter and I've got mouse. So if I go to the mouse, I've got just a generic mouse pad here. but as you can see, that mouse pointer is controlled by the movements of my finger. And one of the great things about this is that I don't even have to use the buttons on the screen. I can use a 2-finger tap for a right click, so you can see my menu triggered there. Or I can simply double tap my thumb instead of the left button to launch an application. And as far as scrolling web pages, a 2-finger scroll will simulate the scroll wheel, so you have full mouse control. Really the only complaint that I had with this is that there's no keyboard functionality. If I were to enter a text field where I needed to be able to enter something, the iPhone keyboard does not pop up. I would have to actually go back to my laptop. But one thing I did like, or another thing I did like about the mouse portion of the app, is the sensitivity bar, which is right here on the screen. And I personally like a very sensitive mouse. I want to be able to get around the screen, and as it is, going back and forth side to side on my iPhone, I can go the full width of my 13.3 laptop display. So I know a lot of people don't prefer it that way, but I personally do. I love the fact that it's right here on the app screen and not buried in settings, so it's very easy to adjust. So kudos for that. Another thing to note is you can customize sound and vibration for button taps. So like right now I've got my device muted, so if I unmute my iPhone, you can pick up sounds there, and also you may be able to hear the vibrations as I tap the buttons. So that's the mouse mode. Go ahead and turn that back off. Alright, and one thing to note there, since we're about to head to presentation mode, in presentation mode, it's very versatile actually. It'll handle either PowerPoint or Keynote, and you can toggle that setting right here. So I'm using Windows machine. I'm going to switch to PowerPoint, but I'll show you the flexibility actually extends beyond that just a bit. Alright, so at the bottom of the screen here we have a button to toggle back to presentation mode. So as you can see here, the interface is just as minimal. The big red button in the center of the screen is for our laser pointer. So you can see anytime I hit the button, it triggers our laser pointer. It's quite bright and will actually shine across a room, so it's effective for pointing out things. I do wish it showed up on the mouse screen as well. In my particular training classes, I end up using Internet Explorer and specialized software a lot, much more so than PowerPoint, which really I just use at the intro. So the mouse mode actually has a lot more use for me in what I do, at work at least. I would love to have the ability to trigger the laser pointer from there, but it's not incredibly difficult to hit the one button and go back and forth. So anyway, that's our laser pointer. The package will work in mouse mode without it. Found that the app gets very laggy and crashes, locks up occasionally if the accessory is not mounted and you go to presentation mode, even if you don't try to trigger the laser pointer. So be advised of that. Above our pointer button we have a timer, which you can set to any number of minutes and seconds as just a, I guess, kind of a reminder to hold yourself to certain times during your presentation. The only thing I didn't like about this is there's no audible, visual, or vibrating alarm. I would like to see satechi go back and add that in. I can understand the lack of an audible alarm, but a vibration or flashing light on your iPhone would be helpful. Alright, and at the bottom of the screen we have our main excuse me, presentation controls. So if I pull up PowerPoint here, I can hit the play button and go into my presentation, hit the stop button and stop my presentation, and hit the B for a blank screen, which will actually just bring up a blank slide there. And then go back into my presentation. And then to advance, simply swipe to the right, and to go back, swipe to the left. And it's easy as that. And then you can easily, within a presentation, switch back and forth, use your mouse, trigger the laser pointer, etc. Now, again, this doesn't just work with PowerPoint and Keynote. So in my testing, I decided to try this and see what it would do with the new I Work in the Cloud Keynote. So I actually use this with my class quite a bit. We have Apple TVs at our church, so I'm able to work on it on my computer, on my iPad, run the presentation from either, depending on what's going to work best on a given day. Now, I can't start the presentation, as you can see that caused some issues there. And I need to go back and switch to Keynote in the settings. But now that I've done that and I hit play, and this is again a web-based presentation, I'm running it on a Windows machine. As you can see, I am able to run the presentation here just as I would if I were running it as an app on the desktop itself. So this package will actually work for web-based presentations as well. And I tried the same thing with Google Drive's presentation tool. I believe I had to set up for PowerPoint. Alright. Alright, so you can see here I can trigger my transitions and go from slide to slide. So not just PowerPoint and Keynote on the desktop, but also I Work in the Cloud Keynote and Google's Docs/Drive presenter. So very versatile product here that'll work in a lot of different situations. So there's a lot of really good, strong aspects of this product. It's got all the features you need to drive a presentation from your iPhone. It's easy to set up because it doesn't require any drivers. It works for Mac, it works for PC, for iOS, for Android. It works for web-based presentations and desktop-based presentations. And the fact that you have a good mouse mode means that you can go beyond presentation software into more generic training situations like I often find myself in at work. So very versatile suite, very inexpensive as well, $39.95 retail. Right now it's available for $29.99 from Satechi's website. So again, xpresenter Smart is a very nice package, very well thought out. There could stand to be a couple of editions, but for $29.99 it's really a no-brainer. It puts your entire presentation and everything you need to make it work and point out things on your screen, kind of untether yourself from your laptop right in the palm of your hand with the smartphone or tablet that you already have.